Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Increasingly cloudy, mild, and a high of 70. 45 now. Longtime NFL linebacker, USFL champion with the Michigan Panthers and Central Michigan University Chippewa. Plus, a writer, a humanitarian, I don't know,
pageant winner,
road rage champion,
onion farmer.
Ray Bentley joins us. Hi, Ray.
Morning, fellas. What's going on?
Not much.
Hey.
How are you? Every week we talk to Ray thanks to The Score. Great place to watch the games, including Michigan State this weekend. More beers on tap than anybody else in West Michigan. Great TVs, great food. Ray, how are you?
I'm good. What do they do with them palm trees in the winter over there at The Score?
Hang some Christmas lights on them?
They throw them in the pond. Yeah. Then get new ones next year.
Yeah, they just grow new ones. They grow here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, plant some coconuts. You got it.
Right. And they grow fast. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, that's true. They're
Yeah,
basically
they
a
plant
weed.
them. Yeah, they don't.
Ray, this Michigan State game is a little bit hard to figure out, I think. What do you think?
I agree, because I really, when I, stand way back there, I say, oh, look out, Sparty, because Michigan's really good this year. But then this game's different. It's one of them, what do they call them, rivalry games, I think?
I think that's the word they use.
I think I've heard that before, yeah.
That's it. And those are different because someone can get a wild hair, and you just don't know what's going to happen. I go back to the last time they played at the Big House, and when all my Michigan friends had started to text me, and that one kind of blew up in their face after they tried that punt.
Yeah.
So, and I really think that this will be a close game for probably into the third, maybe into the early in the fourth, but I think Michigan's going to prevail and pull away a little bit at the end. But I don't think Sparty's going to go in there sleepwalking. They're going to be ready to play.
That's certainly that's been the formula for Michigan games so far this year, is to have it be close, kind of wonder what's going on, and then their defense gets overpowering and their offense finally puts something together. But
yeah, they wear you out, man. They're like a high school girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ray, as a defensive player, would you rather, nobody was really, the only people that were running anything close to the spread was your offense with Jim Kelly, and that was more tempo than stylistically. They weren't going a lot of four wide and everything. But would you rather be a linebacker facing Michigan, where you're going to have guys trying to get second level and block you, you're going to have to deal with fullbacks and tight ends and trap blocks, or would you rather be trying to chase slot receivers in space?
Is that a rhetorical question? I was a brawler, a bruiser. I couldn't chase those guys. You could, but you got to understand angles and anticipate, cut them off at the pass, because I couldn't run with them.
Yeah.
Not on a straight line.
Yeah.
So there's some fun to that, but I like old fashioned, in the dirt style of football, where they're coming at you, you're coming at them, and let's find out. So far and away, I would rather play a team that pounds the football like the Wolverines. I would rather be a part of a team like that, because I'm one of those old-fashioned guys that believe that the team that hits harder, that's more physical, wins 9 out of 10. And so, heck, I got a chance then, so I'm going to hit you with everything I got.
Do you still think that's true? I do. In the way it's played now?
Yes, I still do. If I didn't, I'd totally divorce myself from the game, because otherwise, why bother? If it's not a contest of wills and what's inside of you, then why bother? So I really love that aspect of the game, the intangibles, the things you can use to overcome physical inabilities, if you will. So. I mean, that's how I made a career, man.
Yeah.
Do the things you can, and then make sure you hit them harder than they hit you, and good things usually happen.
How old were you when you thought for the first time, I think I can play in the NFL?
Oh, I think I was like 2. No.
Yeah.
No, seriously, probably I always wanted to. I collected football cards when I was a kid. I always had that dream. But when I got to college, probably after my freshman year, it was in the back of my head that, you know what, I've always been the best on the field since I started playing, and it looks like I'm going to be that here too. So why the hell not at the next level? So I kind of had a sense that I would get an opportunity anyway at that point.
No guarantees, though. I mean, there's lots of at that point. You're right, but getting them to notice you and invite you to a camp, that's one of the hardest parts.
Yeah, see, I knew it wasn't going to be an easy road too, because playing at Central Michigan, they didn't scout us near as much, and they frankly held a lesser opinion of that level of football. It was considered a little bit below what they play, in what we call the Power Five right now.
Right.
And
it was still the Michigan Teachers College back then, wasn't it, when you were there?
I think that was in East Lansing.
Yeah, there was Ray attended the Central Michigan Normal School for Teachers.
School, that's right. Yeah, the normal school, yeah.
Yeah, they needed a couple abnormal people there to balance things out. So.
Yeah, you were the kid they taught.
Yeah.
The test subject.
Kind of like the mascot kid,
Yeah. Right? Ray Bentley with us, author. And, by the way, he played football.
Ray, you were talking about hitting hard. Obviously, we know you do that. I've seen a lot of videos this week of sticking some fingers in a face mask.
Oh, the eye gouger.
Yeah, the eye gouger. I also saw a body slammer. And then just this morning, I'm glad I saw this. I wanted to bring it up with you. I saw a celebratory hump as two men went down.
In NFL or what?
Actually, I think this is a video game, but I really wanted to ask Ray. You gotta tell me. You have to tell me. Is that real? Because video games look real now.
That does appear. That looks like a Madden football. But the player for the Broncos seems to be giving it to Travis Kelce pretty good.
No, that's authentic. I saw that.
Ray, you ever do one of those combos, hit and hump?
I'll be honest. I have gouged an eye. And
no,
I have. I've never humped anybody on a football field. Let me put it that way. I've never seen it, and I just feel like there's really no place for it.
Well, just to show dominance.
Yeah.
The video game is good.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's leave that to the video game.
I know better.
Other ways.
No, you don't get it. Two professional ball players wore suits with sensors on it as they acted this out. This is real.
That's how it's motion capture.
I volunteered for it.
Right.
It was a weak moment.
How does an eyeball feel as your fingers going into it? Does it feel the same as a testicle smash?
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to squeeze a little goldfish. Really, to be honest. That's the closest thing I can compare it to.
Oh, my God.
There is a lot of stuff that goes on. I just taught my two grandsons last night how to recover a fumble in the bottom of a pile.
You taught them
this is going to be bad.
Okay.
Well, I told them you got to pinch the other guy, and preferably like in the arm underneath the tricep there, where that's really sensitive.
It's super sensitive right there. Right
or you get them along the sides, right along, where they usually flop over the belt buckle, the Mustang cakes or whatever.
Yeah.
Get them. Oh yeah, they'll let go of that football in a heartbeat. So we had them practicing for a while, and it got pretty crazy. Grandma had to put a stop to it.
Oh, that's our next bet. We have to loser has to get a pinch by Ray next time we see him.
Has to try to recover a fumble.
No way. I've been there. You take tickets to my chest, and I was at the bottom of that pile. That doesn't feel good.
Those dudes really got you good.
Yeah, because that one person looked like Ray.
Oh, my God.
I learned that trick in high school because a teammate of mine, we were trying to recover a fumble together, and he pinched me, and I started screaming. And then I realized it was him, and we got into a fight. And then coach had to take us out of the game.
Oh, in the game.
Yeah,
teammates.
My freshman year, we went after each other. So.
Ray, what's the dirtiest thing someone did to you during your career? Intentionally. Intentionally.
Yeah, to me, it's spitting in my face.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. That caused 3 fights in my career.
Who was it?
A kid named Dan Higley from Caledonia got me in high school.
Okay.
And he got punched after the game.
Okay.
That's such a Higley thing to do.
Hello to Dan, if you're lislning with your children today.
Yes.
In the Higleys.
Dan and I have talked about it. We're good now.
Okay, good.
he's agreed never to do it again.
Yeah, I paralyzed him, so he can't quite
I visit him at the home and bring, blended shakes for him every once in a while.
He's from Caledonia. He lives at Pine Rest.
I actually pulled out his salivary glands, so there's no problem.
I actually ate his liver with a cheap Chianti.
Wait,
Then the second one, this cat named Frank Khalil, when I was playing in the USFL.
Okay.
They ran a little draw play, and so I gave him a forearm shiver and then fell off of him into the hole, made the tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he finished the play on top of me just because I left him to go make the tackle. And so he started growling and rammed his face mask up into mine and then spit on me. I lost my mind. I saw complete red, black, whatever color you want. And I tried to kill him. I grabbed him by the throat, and fortunately some teammates were there, and they separated us, and I calmed down. But after the game, I told my buddy, Robert Pennywell, linebacker with me, I said, watch my back. And I strapped my helmet on, and I went after the dude.
Oh, my God. Well, that guy should have known.
Wow.
He's huge,
right?
You tried to kill a guy for having the right-of-way after a practice. That guy didn't even do anything. This guy spit in your face.
Right.
Yeah, and
this is game time, so this is a whole nother level.
You weren't even fueled by Squincher at that time.
Actually, I had a little squincher in me.
Oh, yeah.
So that probably put me over the top.
Yeah, you had it on you, too.
So I went to the dude, and I said, hey, so-and-so, nobody spits in my face and gets away with it. And he looks at me and kind of gives me a scowl and stuck out a hand and pushed me and said some pleasantries, so I let him have it, man. I hit him with like a right, left, boom, he's down. So they break us up, and they separate us, but I keep my eye on this guy because I see him. He's got the lurk in him, He's kind of trying to get an angle on me. So I played him. I kind of turned my back a little bit. Sure enough, here he came. So I spun around right at the perfect time.
Yes!
One punched him, and he went down, and he was out for a minute.
Where can I find that video, Ray? I need to see it now.
I wish we had it.
Yeah.
So this guy wouldn't get on the bus, man. Their whole team is waiting for them, and I'm in the locker room, and they come to me and say, hey, that guy's still outside in the hall. And I said, oh, good, let's go finish this. They said, no, we want you to go out another exit. And I said, there's no way in hell I'm going out a different exit. But they finally convinced me to sit there and wait till he left. And Jack Pardee was the coach.
Yeah.
And this guy hadn't even changed out of his, pads yet. And Pardee says, we're leaving, Frank. You can we'll either see you home or get your ass on the bus.
Yeah.
So Frank got on the bus, and that was the end.
Boy, what a bummer for that guy.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Everybody
right?
sees you get your face beat in twice, and then you're out there going, I'm going to get revenge. And they go, get on the bus or stay here. Okay, I'll sit in the front like Forrest Gump. Man.
So I played against him the following year, and he was no longer a starter, but he was the tight end on the extra point protection team.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the other side, so I gave my boy the signal, and we switched so I could rush over him. And he's smiling at me and stuff before the snap, and I'm like, dude, you don't even understand. So I ran him over and I was on top of him, punching him. They had to pull me off at the end of the play. And
Oh, my God.
we stand up, and he says, you're not over it yet? And I said, not till the next lifetime, brother.
Oh, my God. If you saw him today, do you think you'd shake his hand?
It's not the next lifetime. Just remember that.
Probably. I'm an old man now.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Film
I wonder-
vertically.
I hit that son of a bitch right in the mouth.
Ray, what did you think of the Lions win at Minnesota?
Impressive.
Right?
I mean,
we keep saying they're doing things that used to happen to them, and they're not doing the same old Lions.
Well, they've learned all the ways to lose, I think. I don't know that there's another one.
Right.
So
there's always another one. We saw that 2 weeks ago.
But they flipped the script. And I said earlier, I think the first time I talked to you guys this year, that I think Stafford's the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's really good, man. And they've got some talent around him. I like the offensive line.
Especially if they get healthy.
Yeah, and they're that's the thing. They need to stay healthy, but the defense is what's really been impressive. They fly around, man. And I'll say this, even though I don't like Caldwell's game management skills or lack thereof, the old boy gets him ready to play. I got to give him that. He does. So I guess you take the good with the bad. But right now, I'm telling you that they're going to whoop the Panthers this week, and
oh, man.
Cam Newton's going to apologize to all female reporters, and everything's going to be beautiful.
Yes, he will.
We'll see. We'll see about both of those. I hope you're right on both.
You know who's on the Carolina Panthers?
Who dat?
Ryan Khalil and Matt Khalil.
You know what?
Are they
they're,
Frank's boys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're his sons, and they're both on the Panthers.
Whoa.
One of them's really good.
Yeah.
Ryan is really good. He's like a Pro Bowler.
The other guy talks like Indigo Montoya in A Princess Bride.
It's tool time this weekend. They're bringing every tool from Carolina up to Detroit. Can't wait.
Ray, where are you going for your game this week?
I have the Green Wave of Tulane hosting Tulsa in an American Conference basement battle.
Okay.
So it should be awesome.
You just said Tulsa last week, right?
Yeah, which was really nice because I basically only had to do half the homework.
Boy, that is a nice
so.
treat when that happens, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it great just following one team around all
It is.
year? That's wonderful.
Those guys that work for a university and like when
Stealing.
Frank Beckman, it's like, oh, yeah. And especially where you're seeing like 8 teams a year that are the exact same as the year before. You just got to memorize a few new guys. Vacation.
Exactly.
Oh, that would be nice.
Kidding? Oh, Ray, good to talk to you as always.
Likewise, fellas.
See you, Ray.
We'll see you.
All
Ray
right, see you
Bentley,
later.
hangs up with us. He hangs out with us every week too. Thanks to the score.
Yep.
All right, we're leaving. Let them start tearing the windows out of our studio. Good luck with that tomorrow, Justin.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
I won't be here.
You will in the morning.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Where do you think you'll be?
You
thought it was Friday.
I thought it was Friday. We had breakfast. I'm like,
Imagine
All right,
that.
smell you guys later.
Yeah. Hey, you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. Anybody doing anything good this weekend?
No, just gonna
that'd
chill.
be amazing.
Yeah, just taking my boys to their soccer game tomorrow.
Yep. Saturday's my favorite day of the work week.
Yeah,
We all
can't
have-
wait
I'm
till-
off to do a game. See you later.
Yep, college tomorrow.